Greetings everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Weekly Challenges Guide. And for those new to this series, the weekly challenges are a set of 5 races that usually go live Thursday night, Friday morning, depending on your region. And these usually include 4 races usually already available and need to be unlocked depending on your progression, while the 5th one is usually specially made just for that week. And the purpose of these guides is to give you an overview as to what these races offer, be it drivetrains, cars from specific countries, or even certain aspirations of certain cars. So let's get into it, beginning with the pickup truck race. This is 450 performance points, and it's a 5-lap race around the Daytona Tri-Oval. This will require a road car, which is usually either this Toyota 100 TRD Pro or the Ford F-150 SVT Raptor. This example, I'm going to pull out the Tundra here, and obviously since I've been using it for a lot of off-road stuff, I'm going to have to change that. So, off the dirt tires and onto the sports softs. And since there's no corners to consider, it's all about adjustments here at Daytona. High horsepower, obviously very necessary, since you're going to be putting down all that power here, and longer gearing as well. About 200 miles per hour or more should work there. I've got mine set to where it pretty much will do that easily just with 4th gear, so kind of like a stock car gearing. But yeah, just some things to consider. Next, the Silvia sisters. This best performance points is 500. This is a 3-lap race around Tokyo Expressway. One of 2 times we'll be going to Tokyo for these challenges. And the cars required, basically all the road-going Nissan Silvias here, as well as this 180 SX and this Sil 80 here. And as usual, if you've watched these quite a bit, it's the Silvia spec car for me, because this is a car that I built specifically for this event. So, it's usually that. As for corners to consider here, turns 1 through 4, 3rd gear, I found that the most ideal with how these corners swing around and with my setup. Turn 5, 2nd gear, a wide entry that you then turn in there. It's basically to maximize the momentum you can have. And what I have dubbed the chicane of pain, because 3rd gear, and you need to be careful with those curves, because if not, you will be sent. So be mindful of that. Next, the European Clubman Cup 600, with 600 performance points suggested. It's a 2-lap race around the Nurburgring Nordschleife, and will require a road car from Europe. So as long as it's one from these countries, you should be pretty good. And so for this example, I'm going to use the Mercedes AMG GTR that I already used for this week's Monday Motors in that GT4 build. Speaking of that, here is that setup again for everybody to use here. Just to start you off, feel free to adjust as you need. You may have different requirements. And as for the corners to consider, well, as usual, all of them, because this is a Nurburgring we're talking about. But one advice I do want to give is be careful with your curb usage and stay off the grass. Because depending on your setup, you may have something that just does not like the curbs. So that's pretty much something to keep in mind. And the grass, don't get started on it. Even at high speed, that grass is lethal. So be aware of that. Next, World Touring Car 900. This is a 10-lap race at Trial Mountain Circuit with 9 times fuel use and 10 times fuel tire wear as your multipliers. Basically, it's a Group 2 event, and you usually use Group 2 cars. So as usual, a 2016 GT500 car, but this time for me, I'm using the Lexus RCF. I bought this recently, so this is the first time I'm giving it a shot. So of course to consider, turns 4 and 5, the real ones where you start using the brake, 2nd gear. Turns 6 through 7, 3rd gear with how those corners go, and the chicane, 2nd gear, stay off those curves. And some racing tips, racing mediums for this event, short shift for fuel saving depending on your car, and the 2016 GT500 is what I would recommend because of the grip and they're easily attainable, so get one if you can afford it. And finally, the special event, the Honda Civic 1 Make. It's a 4-lap race at Tokyo Expressway South Counterclockwise, again our second visit to Tokyo, and pretty much any Civic in the game, well, road-going ones, you could use, including that garage car. But for me, of course, I am sticking to this Civic Type R touring car. I just like the way it drives, so it's pretty much my only option. Scorings to consider: turn 1, 5th gear I found usually works for me. Might work for your setup. Port square, as I have called it with all those corners, 2nd gear, I feel is the best balancing it around. Turn 6, 2nd gear, same sort of corner you saw in the earlier Tokyo race there, same deal. Turn 7 through 10, 2nd gear I found. A pretty safe bet to get around those because those feel much tighter. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this week's Weekly Challenges Guide, whether you've just logged into the game into these challenges, or you've gotten on after a long while. And if you enjoy these, as usual, give it a like, share, and subscribe. And as usual, you can catch these every Friday at 2 p.m. Anyway, that's it from me, and I will see you guys in the next video.